Well, for more on this, we are joined by Shanjiang Zhu. He's an assistant professor of transportation engineering at George Mason University in Washington. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
How difficult is it to travel this time of year?
Well, this probably is the most challenging time for all the travelers. About 3 billion passengers will going to make their trip home. Most of them are migration workers, students, so that's on average more than one round trip per resident in China.
You were just telling me that if you were going to travel home right now in China, that the trip has been cut short because of high-speed rails.
Exactly. I was a student at Tsinghua University in Beijing, and that was around 2000s. It used to take me on the fastest train about 27 hours. And for Euro, another type of train with slower speed, it's probably about 50 hours. But this year, because of a new line opened, it has been cut into 8 hours. So that's a dramatic improvement.
It sure is. Now, how much more expensive is it, though?
That's a good question. Actually, the cost has not been changed much by type of trains. So if you still take a slower trains, the price probably will not be changed compared to what happened 10 years ago. But of course, for new high-speed rail trains, the tickets is much more expensive, sometimes comparable to flights.
I see, I see. So what is still the most popular mode of transportation during the Spring Festival?
So if you look at the statistics, most people are still taking intercity buses, so they're still using highways, but those are for the short trips. For longer travel, the most popular mode is, of course, the high-speed rail. And compared to the airplanes, the time you spend on both ends would be shorter, and it takes you directly to the city center.
Do you imagine a day when the cost of the rail is less expensive? Let's say perhaps when the railway has been paid for, and that people can travel pretty freely with not too much of an economic burden?
Of course, I think the price for the train ticket will go down slowly compared to other expenses. But you don't want to make it free for all. Otherwise, you are going to invite a lot of probably unnecessary travel, and it would be an environmental burden.
Let's talk about what's new this year, and that is the facial recognition technology. This really is amazing.
Oh yeah, it is, of course. It's very similar to a technology used by the newest iPhone X. So they have introduced that to assist the automatic boarding system. So now you don't have to work with probably conductor to go through the line. It will be much faster, more efficient, and definitely help with all the stations that are so crowded.
Right, getting people on, because now it is like even in the States when you're looking, you have to get your app out on your phone, and it takes a while to get the barcode up, and it can really clog things up.
Exactly.
All righty, well, thank you so much, Shanjiang Zhu. We really appreciate your time.